Fiora matchup one more time instead. We'll take the Gwen, further adding a little bit more AP damage to this composition. And interesting, gonna get another Karthus in the jungle as well. Inspired, no stranger to farming junglers. Excited to see what he can do on this one.
So, the thing about the Anivia that I like is that into short-range comps, she's incredibly effective. And you look at champions like Samira, Ryze, they're gonna, you can even argue Aatrox as well, they're gonna struggle to be able to close that gap against a champion that provides so much zone control, especially in the river and around.
All right, here we are, onto the Rift. No surprises. It might just be a fist fight at the level 1. Again, Pyke level 1. Aftershock, interestingly. Normally it's Hail of Blades, but in this matchup, as mentioned previously, it is a pretty difficult one for Pyke.
And I think we're talking about the lack of CC in frontline, some of these things. You want a little bit more ability that when you go in, because you're basically the only one going in, you can live a little bit longer with Aftershock, because you are the only setup really here for Targamas. Not going to find Danny. Good job, Danny. Yeah, good job. Stay safe.
Get in the bush, Danny! Get in the bush, Danny! Oh, he's running. Oh. Okay. All right. Danny lives another day. Is going to have to start with the Blade World level 1. Definitely not ideal, but gets to keep his life. So I'd say good trade. Good trade.
It was a bit weird what he did there, though, where he kind of like left the bush and then he kind of wanted to go back in the bush. He didn't quite click in the proper place, so he was just outside the bush. And then he realized the ward dropped a little too late, so he was forced to take that skill. So it is a little bit awkward for him, but EG getting a little bit of vision and information on the other side of the map. But it seems G2, never mind. I thought they were going to skirt around it, but they're just going to walk straight over it. So now EG will know exactly where he's starting. And the one thing that has been said in both NA and EU is Inspired, very smart jungler. He is very good at using information very, very well. It's a large part of why he got MVP in Europe during his heyday. And yeah, he just does a great job of being able to track what the enemy jungler is trying to do and kind of pathing to best optimize his route and get as much jungle camps as possible.
Sure. Jojo already starting with the pig emote. I saw that one a lot. I don't know what it says, but I saw that a lot.
I like. Now Jankos, level 3, make his way towards mid. Caps should hit level 3 now.
Wall? Oh, there it is. Good setup. Easy stun to follow. Jojo now going to be in trouble. Caps' wall going to stop any follow-up damage from the Graves there. And they do get the early flash out. So solid start for the side of G2.
I'm interested to see him take the wall. I was wondering if it was going to be the kind of Q.
For now, it looks like he has. He's playing safe. Or is he? Ooh, immune very early. He's going to leave that circle and he's going to be in trouble. Nice That's wall of Pain coming out, forcing the flash. Traded though. And now just spam Taunted.
Okay, I mean, Broken Blade played that very well. I thought that the moment he used his E and W, he was going to lose his life. He doesn't have the flash available. Inspired even committed his flash, thinking that he could get that kill, but the E cooldown, still very short if you're able to land that single auto. He lands it onto the minion, which meant that it was up and available. Targamas now on the roams. You can see Jojo's lane in a bit of an awkward position right now, and he realizes that that support is on the roam. Targamas hovering around mid.
Targamas, good stun. Jojo now going to be locked up. Good damage coming in as well. Ignite going down. Jojo going to get dropped. First blood for Caps.
So this was one of the things I was worried about for Jojo Pyun coming into this tournament. G2 love to attack mid. They really love playing around Caps, and with a roaming support and an aggressive jungler, it's something that they'll often try and leverage, and it all comes back on Jojo trying to leverage his early prio. The problem with that is it sets up for an early gank. He loses his flash, the repeat gank then comes through, and G2 playing that midway very well find themselves with first blood.
And if you're a North American fan, you've seen this before. Black it to get punished.
Just going in. Smoke screen goes down, proccing the red buff as well, forcing an early flash out from Impact. No ulti available either. Are they going to go for the dive here? Ooh, debating, but do not want to overcommit.
Nice footwork there for Impact to stay alive. Easily would have been killed if he took either the needle work from Broken Blade or the buckshot.
You're completely right. Inspired now hovering around the bot side of the map. They know the blue is up. I imagine G2 will just concede this for the time being as they continue to accrue advantages elsewhere on the map.
Very respectful out of G2, knowing that this is going to be going down, that it's not just going to be Inspired there, that there's other people backing them up. And this is one of the areas that EG got a lot of leads in North American playoffs, was teams would opt into a lot of fights.
EG's favor, a lot of those TPs coming in, the Oran Horns from downtown. This time around it's going to be a little bit different. However, Caps is choosing the wall to get a bit of vision. Of course, the Scuttle Crab was taken earlier by Jankos, so they know for sure that this is happening. Forward in the pit as well. Broken Blade on the flank. Early Karthus assault obviously could get canceled mid-fight, so might as well just throw down the damage early, but not too much effect yet. Fire going to try to clear this one. It looks like they might go for the 50-50, but the Herald is resetting, and Vulcan now going to be in trouble. Targamas finding the kill. Meanwhile, on the top side, Broken Blade not immune enough. EG firing back. Herald still standing. Nico stepping forward. End of the line drops. Caps just zoning away. They have no way to get past the Anivia ult at this point in the fight. Impact can maybe fish for a flank here, but G2 just brute forcing down this Herald.
And this is exactly what we were talking about, the zone control from Caps, but Impact on the flank.
For a little bit more. Targamas going wide on the hook, has to dash away from the Infernal Chains. It looks like...
I think Yanko's got that.
Yeah, Inspired isn't taking it, so... G2 got it. Now it's Herald defense duty from the side of EG, but that's a great wall. JoJo against the wall. Now they're moving in. It's a big, massive fight. Are they going to be able to make it out? Yanko's flashing over the wall. One more kill picked up. JoJo going down. Yanko's dashing away. Flacken leaping over the wall to secure the Herald. All things considered, incredibly good for the side of
G2 come out clean from that, able to trade 1-for-1 at the beginning. You would think that with your top laner dying for support, it would be a big advantage for EG, but Vulcan being the primary form of engagement, that they had no way to re-enable that fight. Hold on!
Targamas should be dead. Flash out, no. Gets the stun on the way out, forced to use the flash as well as the Phantom Undertow. Does make it out to safety, so difficult to play against, whether it is the ulti or the wall. We've seen it be so effective in this game when, frankly, I didn't even think this pick would exist in Pro until Froggen came back to Pro play, or a buff came through, or a rework, because when you think of control mages, you think of Azir, you think of Victor. She's like 9th on the list of control mages you think of, but in this context, she's incredibly powerful.
Yeah, I went back through her patch history to see if there were any buffs.
No.
Her last change was in 11.20, and she had a base voice lines have been remastered to sound clearer.
You know, that actually makes a lot of sense. I could see playing the game with the old voice lines. You would get tilted, and Caps couldn't make any of these right plays. But now the voice lines are better. There you go.
Yeah. That was the change that they needed. That happened over a year ago. In any case, EG now standing up towards the top side of the map. And I want to reiterate that even though EG find themselves at a slight deficit right now, they do still have very clear win conditions in the form of Inspired. And when I was watching EG's games, a lot of their successes did come from their team fights later on. So I still have my eyes on players like Danny, on Inspired, and how these later team fights will actually play out.
It will be interesting to watch, of course. We now see Impact and Broken Blade. A bit of a fist fight here on the bottom side. Ignite ticking already. Impact with a clean sidestep, but not nearly enough healing to make his way out of that one. Clean pick from the side of G2.
Of course, the roaming Anivia coming in, collapsing into the bot lane, finding that kill in the side lane, you know, exerting her pressure over the rise, as expected.
This is something that Caps likes to do. Regardless of the champion that he's on, he will find ways to roam around the map. And it felt like in this situation, he was just using his strong wave clear. They had good vision control around the bot side of the map, and they were just very quick to move and find that pick. And now they're keeping the pressure up with the Herald in mid lane.
This is a big problem for EG now because Inspire can no longer cycle Yankos' camps quite as easily. There's that brief window where we saw a couple invades, but now Broken Blade's getting the push on Impact, Caps has the push on JoJo, and the only thing that EG has the push on is the top lane, or what was the bot lane. And it's something that is playing very respectfully. Targamas is always finding the right windows to roam and never leaving Flacket alone to get dove at the right times.
Yeah, and I think the difficult thing here is if Samir's even or ahead, if Ryze is even or
You're not rubbing it in too much so far, Venius?
No, I mean, I think that so far it's been a fairly, I say even game. I don't think EG have made any egregious errors so far, and I just think G2 just been super proactive on the map.
Yeah.
And I like what I've been seeing from them so far. But again, the problem for this is that as much as I would love to be mean, I've seen what Danny has done before.
Also,
and I've seen enough Samira highlight reels.
We also, to be fair, got a lot of the int out in the order game, so I don't... Because I would have talked smack in that game if I was casting that game too, if there was like an Osh representative up here.
And like I said, Tristana and Jinx all had this kind of like ability to kite you out very effectively and then go in after you've kind of blown your stuff, whereas Samira goes in, and either it works or it doesn't. You pop your ult, you build it up, and you're like, I hope you're all dead by the end of this.
Yeah, relatively short range, doesn't really get to poke, doesn't really get to contribute a lot. When she does go in, if it is a good engage, it can be insanely effective. And, you know, nice little mechanical plays there from Danny as Targamas still continues to fish, but for now, it looks like they're not going to really fight or contest for this second Herald. Inspired getting this one for free. So at least a little bit of positive news for EG. They are currently still forced into their tower here in the mid lane, and it does mean giving up the Drake, but they can use that to at least knock down one more tower.
I think overall, EG is not going to be too upset about that trade.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those situations where G2 kind of looked at the map in its entirety and said, well, okay, we could contest this Herald and we could take that, low health mid-tier.
Maybe even without the Herald with Vulcan and Danny on the way, but the wave not too massive. Going for the dive here, high risk decision, but I think they want it. They're feeling it. Broken Blade dashing backwards is going to get knocked up. Should be easy fall up there coming up from the Samira passive. He does get knocked down. The tower will now fall as well.
Alrighty, there you go. EG on the map playing to the weak side away from the Anivia. Down, find the kill onto Broken Blade, looking good. I was laughing at the Inspired ult just coming in right at the very beginning. Karthus, I was about to say, not a great game for First Strike Karthus. We haven't found that many opportunities to use ult. I wonder if he's just going to use it for gold soon. And then he starts that dive off with it. But it did force out the Broken Blade's miss there so that the immune was gone by the time the actual CC came in. That was actually pretty big for pulling that dive off.
It certainly was. And now the blue buff being contested. Inspired recognizes, okay, I may have overstayed here just a little bit. Caps is gonna pick that one up. I believe that's his first blue buff of the game, and any person that has played Anivia, 2.5k is the difference now, as G2 look to try and set up on this mid-tier 1. Targamas on the flank.
Waiting off to the side there. But at this point, doesn't really have to push for anything. Even just going into stealth threatens enough. Obviously, if EG overcommit even for a moment, they could find a wall right behind them and no way out. Certainly very difficult for a lot of the members of their team. Luckily, their carries have flash up, but EG just not able to find that footing to force any kind of fight yet.
It does feel like it'll probably be slow for the next 2 minutes while we wait for the Dragon to come up, which will be then. Anivia stalling the games out, those old 40-minute siege games where no one can do anything.
Good news is at least G2 are trying to do something.
Yes,
Maybe the Anivia would permit them to do nothing, but they are trying to get some work done here. EG, though, responding with a Herald in the mid lane. We'll get a bit of damage down on the tower, but G2 using that TP from Caps to deny them from breaking open the mid-tier tower.
But look at how the map is set up once again. The Dragon spawns in about a minute's time. That top wave has been pushed all the way underneath the tower, and there's a way for them to catch on bot. So now what they can do is they can push in this mid wave. They can catch bot and start to set up a slow push and stack a wave to create another point of pressure. And then they can slowly start to transition their vision towards the bot side of the map, top side. And I'm actually quite surprised. Perhaps they could even consider going towards a Baron instead.
Ooh, sneaky. They take the Blast Cone over.
Remember, there are double Umbral Glaives on the side of G2, so vision for EG is next to impossible once they lose control of an area. They're trying to get mid-prio. Maybe they will use that to check the Baron pit.
Oh, they can
Fire touching the brush.
This is free.
But they're killing it so fast. This is the strength of having a jungler like Graves, the Anivia, Flacket. There's just so much damage on this. Yes, they finally spotted out, but no, Inspired right into the pit, not quite in time. He is going to drop here. Yanko's trying to find a way out. He is going to get knocked down. At least one kill going over to the favor of EG in the meantime in exchange for the Baron. Not a good deal yet. Targamas now running EG, knowing they have to extend this play if they want to take away the Baron, but will not be able to do so. Massive, massive sneak for the side of G2.
God damn it, they're so smart! I hate them! And go for the Baron instead, and now it's going to make this Dragon fight so easy for them.
And now Caps trying to bait out the wind wall. Cannot wind wall the actual wall, so we'll get forced away. Blade roll now down. Impact going to try to get something done. Oh, they played enough against the Aatrox to know how bad this could be for G2, but Impact not powerful enough. Broken Blade finding the kill. Danny now needs to run for the hills. Good damage coming in, but no follow-up quite yet. He might fall into execute special. He's confident, but it's not going to work out. Forced to use the ultimate and knocked down by the side of G2.
So off the back of a Baron, G2 quickly come back out onto the map. They force the fight against EG. They find the 4v4, and they will secure their third Dragon of the game as well. G2 very quickly dominating this game.
You can feel a little bit of desperation set in for EG there. They didn't want to have to give that one up. They wanted to take that fight before Yanko showed up. Impact tried to find the angle, but this is what we're talking about. The comp from G2 just can kite that out so easily, and there's no way for all the members of EG to get off the top of a single target to start those resets.
I just feel bad for JoJo, because he came from a game where when people build a wall, there's counterplay. But in League of Legends, when Anivia throws
overall from G2, which is funny when you think back to their previous game.
I think that is important, and one advantage that G2 do have is that they got to play a game on stage before this, and I unironically get the intel. Make those mistakes, play a little bit overconfident, limit test a little bit, and now that they're coming into this game, knowing it's EUNA, knowing it's a rivalry where obviously if you lose, you will be relentlessly memed for all time. You know, taking it very seriously, playing clean, playing very, very controlled.
I appreciate giving me the angle of Copium and how this is just not fair that G2 got to get their int out in the previous game.
Not what I said at all.
That's what you said, because you also, you might have not realized you said it, but you said SKT. Oh, hold on.
There it is.
In trouble.
Vulcan now committing, but the hook takes him into the wall. G2 easy retreat for now. Targamas knocked back over the wall. Griefed a little bit by the team there. Broken Blade caught out, but generally immune to most things. Impact in the meantime, split pushing. Maybe he can break down this Herald. They are going to be JoJo ulting in. Targamas off to the side trying to disrupt this. Broken Blade now going forward, looking for a fight anyway. But the rest of his team is barreling down the top side of the map, looking to break open the base. It is just tower for tower, but Impact just continues to hit on the inhibitor. EG kind of coming out on top of this one.
This is a great trade for EG. You have the Hullbreaker Aatrox actually getting some work done. I thought I was never going to see any value the rest of this game, but there you go. Impact just perma-splits, is going to be able to grab this inhibitor. He might be in a little trouble getting out, but EG did a good job of also finding the Broken Blade in that situation. It's getting a little scrappy now as teleports are coming in.
Doubling down. They collapse on Caps very rapidly. Maybe they can get something done. Caps hoping to find impact. But no.
Emo's coming in.
Yeah, gotta let him know. Yanko's also, this is, oh man. Saving Private Impact appears to not have been the plan. They've called that mission up. Turns out you just leave the man behind, but Impact all fine on his own.
Dropped from 3% to 2%, so it lost one of the percents that you had.
Yeah.
But on the other time, it's like, well, maybe in your full combo, that's like 50 damage.
Yeah, it's one of those things. In any case, the Baron has started off. EG is the one pressuring G2 into making a choice.
There they are. Caps walling himself off, maybe expecting a little bit of a gank there as Impact just floats off to the side. Can just continue to pressure on the top side. Objective bounties are up, so that tower will be incredibly valuable.
It's also nice because the wave is stacking in the bot lane. So G2, who I thought would have pressure and force EG to come into the Dragon Pit, EG actually went cross-map and are forcing G2 to stop them from trading with this Baron.
But Anivia is very, very strong when you group up into a pit. So she pushes R. It is going to force out a quick flash there from Inspire. Going to make it that much more difficult because Targamas can just sit in the darkness and hunt for this. In the meantime, they're going to get Infernal Soul on the side of G2.
Yeah, I feel really bad for EG here because the position that they are map-wise is really good for them. Impact now in a lot of danger here.
Taking out Flacket, the flash forward, anticipating it. Flacket now healing and trying to rush away. Impact in trouble. He's out of cooldowns. There's nothing left.
He had nothing left. He committed everything. He played that about as well as he could. He came very close to getting that kill onto Flacket, but the shield coming through from the shield boat, helping Flacket out immensely. The soul will now be secured. And again, I feel really bad for EG because, again, the map state for them was really good. Wanting to force that Baron was a great choice, but Anivia just makes it so hard.
I love this cast because we came in and we're like, we're going to roast everybody. And instead that he's just like captain of the pity party the entire time.
That's what I'm like, because I feel like that the play was good. I think that the decision was smart. And, we praised G2 for their map movements and their decisions throughout the game. And I was like, well, that decision...
I'm more shameless, I guess is what I would say.
Yes.
But we're not doing so hot this game. G2 are controlling it quite well, I'd say, so I can't talk as much as I'd want to.
It is about a 10k gold deficit, more closer to 9k, but who cares? Close enough, and that's an Infernal Soul.
You could always dip into the Danny narrative. When
Danny.
The chips are down...
The problem is Samira is sort of that champion who is like, you're getting a montage no matter what you do with Samira. It's just like, is it embarrassing plays montage, or is it like
Well, he's got one of those for the real already at the Dragon fight, unfortunately.
That wasn't his fault, though. He had to, like, God, now I'm the copium expert. It wasn't his fault. He had to go in. That was the only play.
I'm not insulting. I'm just saying, like, if you're building a highlight reel, that one would be in there.
Yeah.
But I think it is a really tough position to be in. Talking about the range problems, about stopping G2's push from here, there's not really much you can do other than start the fight. And given that it's Soul with Baron on, you're probably more likely to just sack the inhibitors and look for, once some of these buffs come off, once the Baron's down, maybe you can actually pick a fight. But you're going to get triple inhibs.
Yep, they're committing on a Broken Blade. Vulcan now has to run away. It is not the fight that they wanted. They will lose this one. They are getting torn to pieces. Impact will search for the honorable 1v1 off to the side. G2 not an honorable team. They beat the hell out of him. He'll come back to life and immediately die again. Gore Drinker's good, but not good enough. Sadly, G2 just too far ahead. Danny will finally go in. He will get one kill back. Jojo Pune gets a wall placed behind him, and there's just about no way out as G2 now thirst for the kills. Caps goes gold, and the ace comes out. And round one. And this 4-round matchup between EG and G2 will go in the favor of the LEC representatives.